See, what I'm trying to get you to see is that it's possible for a person to be talented, to have it going on in their own right, but yet they can still be jealous of other folk. You can still find some envious things about yourself, though when you look at your life and you begin to look at it in totality, you can't say that you are not blessed. You can't say that God has not been good to you. You can't say that you have nothing. You may not have everything that you desire, but there's nobody in church this morning who can utter out of your mouth in truth that you have nothing, that God has not been good to you. The devil is a liar, because he been good not only to you, but can we be honest? God been good to the person in front of you, behind you, on the side. Oh, I wish somebody would give God a praise and recognize that in this house he been good to all of us. It is of the utmost importance that we love each other. For Jesus himself said, by this all men shall know that you are my disciple, if you have love one toward the other. And so we're not really his disciple if we're being jealous of each other. You're not really God's disciple if you hating on your sister. You're not really God's disciple, brother, if you're backbiting against other brothers. If you're sowing seeds of discord, if you're doing things that God frowned upon, you may not really be in the family. You may like to hang around the family, but you're doing things that will tear down the family rather than build up the family. I wish I could get some amen, because it's right up in the house. We have to be careful, because you can't love me and be jealous of me at the same time. You can clap your hand when I get blessed, but if your heart ain't right, your thoughts will be evil while your hands are clapping, but it's pretense. And you have it in the church. But before I go too deep, it's also important to recognize that we have many adversaries. And so when it comes to connecting with each other, we foremost have to realize that the devil himself do not want us to connect together. He wouldn't have mind if we'd have connected together in the club. He wouldn't have mind if we'd have got together at the gambling house. Some of you brothers, he wouldn't mind me and you connecting back in the day at the strip joint. He just don't want us to connect in God's house. He just don't want us to get together and do what it is that God would have for us to do. Do you realize that? But again, you have to be careful, because some people give place to the devil. And Paul said in Ephesians that we are to give no place to the devil. We are to give no place to demons. But some folk give place to the devil because they begin to be weak-minded, and they begin to think folks are jealous of them when ain't nothing going on. You have to be careful, because sometimes you can get it in your mind that your sister got a problem with you, when in actuality she ain't got a problem with you. That's just in your mind, and your mind needs to be delivered. You are so insecure about who you are that it's easy for you to walk in a room, and if folks start laughing, you so insecure that you assume they must be laughing at you. Why can't I just be laughing about something that was funny? Why do you gotta make it about you? Why you gotta try to convince folk that everybody hating on you? Some of us not even thinking about you unless I'm praying for you. I don't want what you have. I don't want to do what it is that you do. But you have to be careful, or you will walk around folk with a nasty stink attitude thinking they jealous of you when they're not jealous of you at all. They simply told you the truth about your bad attitude, but they are not jealous. How many of you ever met somebody like that? They're always thinking folks against them. Always thinking there's a conspiracy theory going on to try to bring them down. And how can we bring you down and you're not up yet? We praying that you get up, because before you can be brought down, you first got to come up, sister. You got to get something before folk hate on you. You got to be blessed before some folks start attacking you. Am I right about it? I wonder, do you know anybody that's always thinking somebody's against them? I know they don't like me. They don't even know you. They don't even know you like that. she just upset because this car I got. She don't even like that brand. She ain't even into that. She into makeup. She into her hair. She really ain't even into automobiles like that. But you think because you drive something nice, folk gotta hate on you. But there are more people driving. Oh, come on, somebody. All I'm trying to say is be careful before you start making assumptions. Because a lot of time when folks start assuming things, they very rarely keep it to themselves. They feel a need to share it with somebody. And see, sometimes you can be sharing a lie. You can be spreading a rumor that ain't true. Now, the root meaning of envious in the Hebrew has to do with excitement of the mind. Excitement of the mind. The mind gets excited over something. And it's all right to have an excited mind, but then you got to be careful. You often got to really examine what's got your mind so excited. What's got your, and you know your mind deals not only with your thinking, but your mind also deals with our feelings. And so, yeah, you're stirred, but what's got you all stirred up? What's got you ready to fight? What's got you ready to take sides? I done had enough. What have you had enough of? I ain't taking no more. What is it that you're not going to take anymore? See, excitement of mind. But when you deal with to be envious, I want to give you a simple definition. It's a strong feeling of displeasure because of hearing or witnessing the success of others. It's a strong feeling of displeasure when you see or when you hear of the success of others. Because see, sometimes folk can be jealous of you. They can be envious of you. And it's based on what they've been hearing about you. Certain folks in your company may not have even met you yet, but the supervisors and management have just been talking about what a great addition you've made to the team and how you're helping a certain department reach a certain level that it hadn't reached in years, and somebody can be standing afar off, haven't even met you yet, but yet they become envious about your gifts and your talents and begin to try to sabotage you within the company, and they've never met you. And in church, sometimes you will hear a person give another person praise for doing a particular thing, and it agitates them, even vexes them. There's some of us, we in here, man, it just, as long as we talking about you, and how wonderful you are, and how great you are, and how good you did, you're all right. It's just when we start talking about the greatness of others that you got to go. And see, sometimes you can tell when folk hating on somebody else because you just got to get in their presence. And somehow you got to turn the conversation to where you start giving that person praise. And then you just watch their body language go from happy to like, why are we talking about this? Didn't we say one time he did a good job? Ain't that enough? It's the fourth time Pastor done said something about it. Oh, I didn't know we keeping count. I didn't realize it was the fourth time. But when things agitate you, you get tired of hearing about certain stuff. You can be married, but get tired of hearing folk brag on your spouse and what they do. And you begin to look at your spouse funny. You looking at that girl sideways, and you know she a good woman, but you just tired. You done had it up to here with folk talking about her greatness as if they're not saying you're great. Because if you think my wife is great, give me some credit for marrying the girl. Can I get something? It was my choice. But when you become